well. You will find him in your family groups. You know how? You will find all the members sharing his videos, talking about him and telling him, "Arey, Manan Vora ne bola hai, to ye hota hai barabar." So now, ladies and gentlemen, firstly, welcome to the book launch of But What Does Science Say?, where Dr. Manan Vora debunks 101 common health myths with science and a healthy dose of humor, just like you found him in his videos, correct?
Yes.
So big round of applause. I won't be calling him on stage until I find some big noise from him. So firstly, let me introduce to the star of our evening, Dr. Manan Vora, a man with many titles than our hobbies. So, he's an orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine specialist, and a health and longevity educator, co-founder of NutriBite Wellness, and a strategic partner and advisor to health tech startup. He's an award-winning health influencer and has now ventured into a literary world as an author, and I'm sure he's going to be a best-selling author. So yes, as we dive deep into his writing journey, being a doctor, being a health influencer, and now an author, so we welcome Dr. Manan Vora in conversation with Chaitra Pai. She's an avid reader and she shares her love for books on her Instagram called Read with Chai Pai. So yes, please welcome Dr. Manan Vora and Chaitra Pai.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Big thank you, Vidya, for that wonderful introduction. Now that we've gotten to know the man behind the book, let's dive into the book itself. Let me introduce you to But What Does Science Say?, Dr. Manan Vora's brilliant debut that tackles one of the most exciting challenges of our time, busting 101 health myths. Now you're probably wondering just how good this book is. Well, let me show you my copy. It's bursting with tabs. Every single one of those marks are a moment where I learned something fascinating, laughing at how relatable it was, and or that aha moment. This right here is a testament to how engaging, insightful, and downright fun this book is. The best part? You can open this book to any page and instantly find something entertaining and informed. Each chapter is short, concise, and delivers a quick shot of information. Have you ever wondered, is dark chocolate good for health? The truth about curcumin or turmeric, is it fairy dust or a hoax? Do you want the answers to these questions? Then it's time you read this book. From breaking the taboo on period pain to debunking the morning exercise illusion and even decoding the mystery of papaya seeds, Dr. Manan leaves no stone unturned. His razor-sharp wit, scientific rigor, and knack for storytelling, with each chapter brimming with personal anecdotes, he takes us on an eye-opening journey that equal part informative and entertaining. Do note that copies are now on sale. They're available at the counter right there, and Dr. Manan will be signing the copies at the end of this event. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Over to the man of the hour, the myth-busting machine, the doctor. Dr. Manan Vora.
Thank you. Hi everyone. Hello. That's the most embarrassed I've been for a while. I don't like listening to things about me. So if you saw my face, I was extremely awkward. It's not something I enjoy. But firstly, thank you so much for turning up. I really appreciate it. Friday evening, 6 p.m. with the traffic here, it's not easy to leave everything and come. So all of those who have made it, thank you. And this is probably one of the biggest days of my life, because putting videos on social media is one thing, but actually putting something in print, because books end up outlasting and outliving individuals, is a completely separate feeling. And the fact that all of you have come here to share this moment with me means a lot. So thank you. Firstly, a huge round of applause for yourselves. if I go into thanking each and every one, it's going to be a very elaborate process. So my family who's obviously here, thank you so much to all of you and all your contribution. And it would be unfair to kickstart this evening without involving my family in this moment. Firstly, I've got a book trailer that I want you guys to watch. This is something we've prepared to just set the tone for the evening and to make you understand why I felt a book like this was necessary. So we'll just have a quick 1-minute video and then we'll get back to it. Something I wanted to prepare to give you, set the tone and let you know why this book is so important, because of all the noise out there and everything out there that becomes viral very easily today on social media. I would like to now unveil the cover. I know the cover is pretty visible to everyone, but I would like to start off this evening. This book is dedicated to my mom and we'll be discussing a little bit more about that. But it means a lot to me to have my Nani Nana over here. And I would like to invite them on stage, please, to unveil the cover. Come. Just unveil the cover first. Nana, come. Just unwrap the cover. Just tear it open. The whole cover. Okay? Next. Just pull out the cover. Thank you. And I believe my Nana has prepared something. He's actually written a note and he would love to read it here for all of you. For those of you who don't know, Nana is 89 and Nani 86, 85, sorry. At that age as well, you can't go one up. And Nana is a general surgeon and my Nani has been a teacher. So I'm sure it's a proud moment for me that they are here to unveil my book. And over to you, Nana, to say a few words. Be kind to me.
Dear friends, it gives me great pleasure to be with you all on this special occasion of the release of this book. But what does the science say? By our dear grandson, Dr. Manan Vora. Please give him a big hand. This is a remarkable achievement that shows his creativity and hard work. Manan has inherited many outstanding qualities from his late mummy, our dear daughter, Dr. Sonal Vora. Please give a hand. Our heartiest congratulations to Dr. Manan. Our prayers to Almighty God to bless dear Manan with many more successes in his career. I thank you all for sparing your valuable time for attending this event. God bless you all. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you, Nani. Come. Yes? Okay, we'll start with you, Dad.
Thank you, friends, for coming over in honor of this Manan's book launch from the family. Thank you very much. And he's rightly dedicated this book to Sonal, my wife, who was an avid writer herself, and it would be a dream come true for her as well as Manan. Thank you. However senior you are in medicine, still it's a field full of myths. And even when I go through this book, there are so many things that I'm not aware about after 30 years of clinical practice. there were some chapters which come in my field, like the difference and what are the advantages or disadvantages of smoking, passive smoking, vaping, hookah, and I'll leave it to you to understand by reading the various chapters. Thank you. It's a great opportunity. Once again, thanks Manan.
Thank you. So I'm currently trying to get my dad to eat more protein, and he tries to convince me that thadi ma dal che, dal che, dal che. And I have to try and convince him that dal isn't probably the best source of protein out there, and that there's so much else out there. So I'm sure it's going to play a role in his life as well. Okay, who's next?
Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming. Dad said, this is such a lovely tribute to mom. So Manan and our mother are very much alike. They are go-getters, they get the job done, versus dad and me who are like the chillers. We reach there eventually. But,
it's called lazy people, but let's call it.
But we reach there.
But
no, I think this is the perfect tribute to her, and it was her passion, and she wanted to be a journalist actually in 1980s. When a walk on the beach with my grandparents got her into medicine, which was great because she met dad. But this is the perfect tribute, and thank you for making her dream come true. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'm sure if you all have seen social media, you all have seen me and Krish in a lot of Manan stories and content. When Manan decided to write this book, it was a little before I conceived. And with the pregnancy and work, his fellowship, the book, there was so much going on in life. But the guy has not missed a single appointment of mine. He's taken me for games night at least once a week. He's taken me for dinners. He's made sure I've been okay. And literally worked on his book when I was sleeping and he was staying up. He also has taken care of his own health and mind, which really goes to say a lot about why he wrote a book like this. The other thing about this book is that it's hilarious. Oh my god, the guy is funny. He knows how to make me laugh. He knows how to make Krish laugh. I really hope that Krish grows up to be a lot like him. I would urge you all to read this book, not just because it's a beautiful book to read, but also because you're going to learn and unlearn so much and can go and teach a lot more. So thank you Manan for this book. Thank you for being amazing to me during this journey of yours and not even letting me feel like you were stressed and had so much going on with yourself and making me enjoy this whole journey of yours too. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening everyone. Thanks a lot for making it today for a special day for our family. So I'm the odd man out on this podium, the only non-doctor over here. So I can relate to all of you sitting on the other side, and this book is going to be a great read for all of us. While I say this, Manan knows his content and knows his the customer very well. He's very enterprising, as you all already know. At a young age, he's doing so much. And I think he's in the wrong profession from the side that he should be an entrepreneur, and I'm so happy that he's choosing both the fields and excelling at both of them, and I wish him the best.
Thank you, thank you.
The writing process and the stories behind the pages. So let's begin. Was there a particular moment or experience that made you write this book?
So the main motive and the inspiration for me personally was when I was scrolling through social media and I could see that anyone could pick up a phone today and make certain videos. It's also very interesting how you can take a fear-mongering angle, how you can start off with a very interesting first 5 seconds and grab a viewer's attention. And it's very easy how someone would just get hooked on and believe the opposite person, right? You don't really need to be a doctor to make a health video on social media. You don't really need to have any background qualification. Anyone. You can pick up a phone and start tomorrow. Anyone in the audience who's getting an idea to do it, please don't. Or there'll be a part 2 of this book as well. But that was the motivation behind starting off, is that just seeing how easily someone could be influenced, I was like, no, something needs to be done. So that was the motivation behind selecting 100 topics, 101 topics, which were the most discussed and spoken about on social media. There was the most noise about them. We didn't know that, is this true, is this not true? So hence, here I come in to tell you what science says about them, and hence the title of the book. So that was the inspiration.
So you're a full-time orthopedic surgeon, and that's not a small feat. In addition to that, you're a content creator also, and now you've written a book. How do you balance it all out?
So I'd be lying if I said that I have perfected each part of it, because you only have 24 hours in a day, and something that I don't like sacrificing on is my own health, my own fitness journey, or my own time with family and everything. So it would be wrong of me to say that, oh, I'm wearing multiple hats and I'm succeeding at all of them. I'm not. I'm very accepting of that, and I know there is huge scope of improvement in each field that I'm doing. But a lot of support from family, Divya especially, of course. It would have been impossible to go ahead and take on more and more challenges unless she kept saying, yes, go ahead and do it. Of course, so the way the last 1 year has gone, the way she's dealt with pregnancy and a postpartum phase to make it very easy for me to continue my work life. I've tried to be there as much as possible. Sometimes it's not enough for her, but I think it's never going to be. But she's obviously taken most of the effort and everything, so obviously kudos to her. Yes, Krish, you too. Thank you. He's like, what about me? But it's not been easy, but very fruitful, yes.
You built a strong online presence. How did that influence the book, and what were your challenges?
So I think the biggest challenge with the online community is that obviously they want everything simplified. So that has been one of the main challenges that I faced, because when we read our medical textbooks and when we come with such heavy lingo, to actually break it down to the layman who may not even be a science student, and there must be many over here. So that was the biggest challenge that I had to face. I think it's far easier to make 90-second videos or even longer videos than it is to actually write a book. So I think I took the first couple of months to just learn how to write a book. I actually had to go through a lot of information to gauge that. There's probably 3 or 4 people in this audience who read the first 5% of the book, and I think it's turned out very, very different from that. I did take their opinion on it, and I think the finished product is extremely different. And one major thing that I've done is I've obviously simplified the complex terms and everything that's heavy on science. But I've also written this book in a very conversational style format. So it's not really in a, oh my god, this is heavy on the head. It is written in a very day-to-day incident format. So for example, I was attending a wedding and I was standing in line at the buffet table, and the person in front of me looked at the food and said this. So I said this, so and so happened, this is the science behind it. It's written in a very engaging conversational style. So that was the biggest challenge for me, but I'm very happy with the finished product, and I hope everyone resonates with it as well.
I noticed at the beginning of the book you have made a dedication to your mother. Can you talk about it a little?
Yes, so already been mentioned briefly, of course. So my mother was a clinical pharmacologist, and she worked with some of the top pharmaceutical companies in the clinical research unit and worked on discovery and innovation of newer drugs. So she was heavily into scientific literature. So when I got this opportunity, and I haven't spoken about this openly yet, but my journey to an author was very different. It's not like I had a manuscript ready and I went to publishers. That's not how it happened. I actually had someone from Penguin approach me, and we discussed this potential thing. The book deal was signed, and then I started writing the book. So it was actually a very different way to go about it. But because I got this opportunity, and I thought that I can't let it go, because if I let it go, someone else is going to grab it. And I knew the history that I came from, and that it would mean a lot to my mother if she knew I wrote this book, and to me for writing a book on medical literature, scientific literature, which she was heavily involved in, and that's why the book is dedicated to her.
How long did it take you to write this book?
It took me about 10.5 to 11 months. What worked in my favor is that this book is not really in a paragraph format or a start, middle and end. You can open any page and read it, and it takes you probably 5 to 7 minutes to read that particular chapter, and there's 101 of those. So there is no continuation. So that really allowed me to finish the book slightly faster than what I would have thought, because I looked at it as 101 mini articles or me preparing scripts of 101 mini videos, but just writing it in an author format. What I have done is I had to go through over 1400 research papers, so that was the tedious bit. And can you give me a copy of the book? I have something to show. Yeah, thanks. So what we've done is, you know how authors usually put their references to what they have cited at the back of the book. Because there were 1400 research papers, it was 64 pages, and Penguin, and there's a couple of people from Penguin over here, said that the price of the book would drastically change if we added 64 pages to this. So what we've done is we've put a QR code over here, and this has each and every one of those 1400 research papers that I have gone through to put this matter into the book. So if you scan this QR code, it takes you to a website that gives you chapter-wise, statement-wise 1400, it's over 1400 research papers to tell you that this is exactly where this line was taken from. So I'm not like talking out of the air, I'm not giving you my opinion that so-and-so is so-and-so. This is each and every line cited from a high-quality published journal or a literature paper, and we've got all of that put in. So that was the time-consuming part more than anything.
Before the audience buys the book, what would you like to tell them?
So what I'd like to tell the audience is that don't be so naive every time you read something or come across some video now. And that applies to even my videos if you're watching them. Just because something is in front of you on the screen and just because it is online doesn't mean it's true. So each time you need to stay curious, you need to be inquisitive. And every time you come across a health topic, the first thing that should come in your mind is, but what does science say?
Now I'm sure you're all eager to ask him, you all are eager to ask him your burning questions. To make this moment as seamless as possible, we have prepared something special. Before today's event, Dr. Manan has asked his followers to email their questions to him, and also we have passed around a few chits to put down your thoughts and queries before the event. From all these submissions, we selected the best ones and we are going to address them. So without further ado, let's begin. Are you ready?
Yes, let's go.
First question is quite deep. Is trying to live longer really necessary?
Okay, so very interesting question. Is trying to live longer necessary? So for those of you who don't watch my videos regularly on social media, I don't know why you don't, but if you are still part of that group, I speak a lot about longevity. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what longevity means, it obviously means extending the length or the span of your life. Now when I do that, I get a few messages saying, पर इससे ज़्यादा जीना क्यों है? मतलब कितना कर लेंगे हम? Why are you going on giving us tips that make us sacrifice? One of my closest friends from medical school is laughing over there, and I'm not going to go into why he's laughing, but yeah, he seems like one of the people who would ask me that. कि आप कब तक ज्ञान देते रहोगे? मतलब कितना ही जीना है? ठीक है ना, 60, 70, 80, इससे ज़्यादा तो हमें नहीं जीना है. So why do we need to keep living longer? And that's where I explain to them that the concept is not just about the length of your life, but about the quality of your life, right? So, if you know the definition of the meaning of lifespan, lifespan means the amount of years you will be alive on this earth. So, from your birth date to your death date is your lifespan, but your health span is the quality of your life during that period. So, when we speak about longevity and why it is important to live, it's not just about living longer, it's about living better, and that is the concept that I like to talk about and I like to preach, that the steps you take while you live to improve the quality of your life during the lifespan that you have on this earth.
So the next question is about food. I eat home-cooked meals and yet don't lose weight. What do I do?
Okay, so how many of you here eat at least 2 meals a day at home? And I say this because there will be a lot of people who don't. Okay. Generally, what does your plate consume of? Is it generally roti, dal, chawal, bhaji, maybe papad, achar? And when we look at that plate, we think that, oh wow, this is a balanced meal. My plate is balanced. And that is my fundamental issue with the word balanced. Just because you have a variety of Indian food options on your plate and you are eating at home, doesn't mean it is the healthiest possible option and doesn't mean you will lose weight for that matter. The term balanced diet actually stems from a balanced proportion of proteins, carbs, fats, vitamins, minerals, fiber and water in your meal, each and every meal. So if you're eating home cooked meals and saying that, look, my friends probably order from delivery apps and they are eating out and they are unhealthy, but I'm eating at home and yet I'm not losing weight, you need to go back to the fundamental concept of what is on your plate is there a correct distribution of protein, fats, carbs? There probably isn't, because an Indian diet is generally carbohydrate heavy. So to this person, whoever's asked this question, I would like to say, go back and check how much protein is in each meal and ensure that forms the crux of your entire meal.
Okay, here's the next one. What, according to you, are 3 things to focus on to live healthier, starting tomorrow?
Starting tomorrow. Okay. So, the first thing I think everyone should do is try to move more than they do. So, for example, I don't know how many of you track the number of steps you take in a day. Do you all use smartwatches or use pedometers on your phones? The first thing you can do is at least try to cross 6,000 steps a day. Try and make a conscious effort to cross 6,000 to 8,000 steps per day, because when you do that, you end up getting some amount of movement and some amount of exercise as well. So that would be number 1. Number 2 would be to delete food delivery apps on your phone, because the chances of you installing the app, logging in and ordering something is far less likely compared to if it is easily available on your home screen. And now we have 8 minutes and 6 minutes, they're all competing to come down to 2 minutes. I don't know, soon some house help in the house will only get an order. Arey, mera hi market order. Ghar se hi bana ke dena hai mujhe, par app se aaya order. So, obviously e-commerce and everything else with it is just going on advancing. So if you delete those applications, the chances of you going ahead and doing it will be far, far lesser. That's number 2. And the third thing I'd like to speak about is sleep, because I think we live in a day and age where sleep is being compromised very, very easily. We have a lot more distractions than my parents and my grandparents did. So I think a lot of people are not able to sleep 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, and I think that is extremely crucial, and I think we'll start doing all these 3 things starting tomorrow. So
the next question is, you keep posting about gymming on Instagram. Is going for a walk not enough?
It's a very debatable topic, because I've got a lot of hate on my social media for talking about how walking is not enough. How many of you go for a walk every day? Okay. Now, out of these people who go for a walk every day, do you all end up lifting some weights or going to some gym, or is it only walking? Only walking. Okay. You all are not going to like this answer. Okay. And you have probably 3 seconds to answer. You can't take too long. Brown sugar is healthier than white sugar. If you believe this statement is true, raise your right hand. If you believe this statement is false, raise your left hand. Straight up, no half hands. Alright, okay. Sakshi, you're watching, right? I need someone to help me. Okay, so the answer is false. If you raise your right hand, sit down, be honest. God is watching, even though I may not see all of you. Yeah? My dad is gone in the first round. That tells you a lot about the medical system in India. Yeah? Okay. A lot of you got it right. Okay. The next one. Please listen carefully. Okay? Sitting too close to the TV will not permanently damage your eyes. Sitting too close to the TV will not permanently damage your eyes. So what I've done tricky things here. I put not and all that. It's not an easy one. If you think the answer is true, raise your right hand. If you think the answer is false, raise your left hand. That remains the same, right and left. Okay.
You guys don't change hands.
No changing, okay? Yeah, the question is, sitting too close to the TV will not permanently damage your eyes. Permanently not. Permanently not. Come on. Look at that. My books are going to sell today. Okay, how many do we have standing? Lovely. So we've got about 8 to 10 people standing. Yeah, done. You too. Okay, third one. Oh my God. Okay. Third one. The third one is eating food late at night makes you gain weight. Yes. Eating food late at night makes you gain weight. If you are in the game, then only answer, okay? If you think it's true, raise your right hand. If you think it's false, raise your left. Okay, lovely. The answer is false. Yes. So if you raised your right hand, please sit down. If you raise your left hand, continue standing. Awesome. Okay, yeah, you're in the game. Who's in the game? Anyone over here? Yes. Come closer, Vidya, come closer. Yeah, so we've got... Wow, I have like 10 questions. I don't think you are lasting more than 6. Yeah, someone there is also in the game. Perfect. Done. Fourth one. The fourth one is, if a child goes to the gym and lifts weight, it will not affect their height growth. If a child goes to the gym and lifts weight, it will not affect their height growth. If you think this is true, raise your right hand. If you think this is false, raise your left. Any child, yaar, not toddler, yaar, age 4 to 13 also. Yeah. Okay? The answer is true. Yeah. So if you raise your left hand, please sit down. Okay. Anyone else? Are you still in or you're out in this one? You're in. So we've got the 5 of you. Okay. Interesting. Next one. The next statement is, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. If you think this is true, raise your right hand. If you think this is false, raise your left hand. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. What do we have? Okay, no discussing.
I might be wrong.
Okay. The answer is false. Yes. Everyone who's surprised, the copies are available over there. This is not my opinion. The answer is false. Everyone who raised their right hand, please sit down. How many do we have now?
4.
We've got 4 of them in. Alright.
5.
5? So sorry. I was so focused here. Apologies. Okay. I think when we go to 3, 4, let's do that. The next one. Okay, we got the 6th question. Microwave radiation. Divya, that's your call. That's my son. She's so in love. I'm just kidding. Okay. Microwave radiation is safe for your food and for your long-term health. Microwave radiation is safe for your food and your long-term health. If you think this is true, raise your right hand. If you think it's false, raise your left hand. Okay, the answer is true. If you raise your left hand, sit down. How many do we have? Sorry, we have 3. We have 3. We're down to 3. Okay. Alright. You want to come on stage? No? Okay.
Come on, yes.
Chalo, come. It'll be fun.
All medalists.
Come. Yeah, you're all on the podium anyway. Come. Come.
I'm fine, actually done. I'm done.
Okay, come till here at least. Just here, not on the stage.
This puts a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay. The next one is, you can catch a cold if you sleep with wet hair. You can catch a cold if you sleep with wet hair. Raise your right hand if you think this is true. Raise your left hand if you think that's false. The answer is false. All of you got it right? All 3 survived. Wow. Let's clap for them. All 3. No knockouts here. Okay. Next. The opposite. No. The right answer is ulta. And you have to read my book to get the explanation. I'm going to pitch my book wherever anyone asks a question. Okay, the next point. Listen carefully now. Intermittent fasting will enhance brain function and improve mental clarity. Intermittent fasting will enhance brain function and improve mental clarity. Raise your right hand if you think it's true. Raise your left hand if you think it's false. The answer is true. If you raise your left hand, sit down. We have a winner. No? Oh, you both. So sorry. I thought it was 2-1. Okay. Sorry. Okay, we got the 9th question. We're down to 2. The 9th one is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha helps reduce your blood sugar and boosts thyroid function. Ashwagandha helps reduce your blood sugar and boost thyroid function. Everyone who's whispering, you had your chance to succeed. Okay, come on, right hand. Okay, both answering same, so either both of you. Okay, the answer is false. So you're still in it. Okay. Alright. Should we ask them to shut their eyes so they don't look at each other and... Yeah, okay, come here. Let's do it. Because it's my last question. I have a tiebreaker. I come prepared. Just look the other way. Look the other way. So, yeah, done. Okay? The last question before we move on to a tiebreaker is, passive smoking is not as harmful as smoking itself. Shh, guys. Passive smoking is not as harmful as smoking itself. Okay, the answer is false. Everyone who raised their right hand down. So yeah, we're both in it still. Okay, so we've come to the end of 10. We still have 2. Now we've got a tie-break question, which is speed dependent. This is not true or false. So it's a simple question. Whoever claps first gets to answer. Okay, if you're right, you win. The game is over. if you're both wrong, whoever is closer wins. Alright? So be ready to clap. The question is, how much fiber should an adult consume daily for optimum health? Okay, let's go. Answer in grams. How much fiber?
20.
20. What's your answer? 30. That's bang on. But well played, well played. Thank you. Congratulations. Yes, yes. Can we have that?
Him only.
Yes, but still. Come. No, but you have a...
Yeah. Go Hampan!
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.